more specifically billing plans that can be associated with these different types of authentication method. So if I go into authentication and look at on demand, this is all to do with on demand billing plans. Now, there are 10 different billing plans, and the easiest way for me to explain what they do is just to show you. So if we look here, this is a billing plan. Now, a billing plan has a name. It also has a price, which you can set the currency. Also has various parameters over how the password can be used. So does it have to be all digits, all letters, no lowercase, blah blah blah. It has a length for the password and the wireless SSID. Now this is what essentially will be printed on the ticket. Okay, so the wireless SSID that you want printed on the ticket needs to be the same as, remember those, God, going back, God, my brain's going here, going back to those virtual APs, okay, and they tell you the SSID. So the billing plan needs to be the same. This SSID here needs to be the same as you put in the virtual AP setup. That's so that when this ticket prints out, the SSID that you want them to connect to, it matches the VLAN, sorry, the VAP that you want them to connect to. Follow all that? Also in here you would put the wireless security key that you've set up in the VAP setup. Description. Now, more importantly, over here we have the policy time. So you have a start date, a start time for when the ticket starts being effective. So if I was to issue a ticket right now, and I had this set to 000, that means they can start using the ticket right now. But if I had this set to 0 days, 1 hour, what that means is if I issue a ticket right now, they can't use it for an hour. So there's a delayed time before they can start using it. And what we have here is an end time, which says how long they can carry on using the ticket before it naturally expires. So this is saying whatever ticket they get, they've got to finish using it within 5 days. Obviously you can change this to 1 day or 3 weeks or however you change it to. And the different types you've got a limited time, which in this setup would mean they can come and go, log in, log out any time with no limits in that 5-day period. You've got one time with a quota figure, so if I put 60 in there, what that means is this billing plan 0 gives tickets out which can be used for a total of 60 minutes. That 60 minutes must all be used in one lot, and they can start using them right away, and that one lot of usage must be completed by the end of 5 days. Go to multiple times. I put 60 minutes in there, for example. Then what this means is they got 60 minutes which they can use in dribs and drabs as they want over, in this example, that 5-day period. So they could log in, 10 minutes of internet access, then log out again, and then go away for a day, and then come back and do another 10 minutes, etc., etc. And they can carry on using that ticket until the 60 minutes is up, or they've got to the end of this end time here, which is by default 5 days. So that's a billing plan, which is to enable this one. So this is a multiple 60 minutes access. I'm not going to reboot now, there's no point in rebooting now. But go back to the billing plans, you notice now that package 0 has been enabled, and that was a $10 multiple access 60 minutes. But we could also set up another billing plan option, and let's say this one is 20. I'll change it from dollars to pounds because it looks a bit daft that way, doesn't it? Where is pounds? There it is, GP pounds, there it is. So this one is unlimited time over that 5-day period. Save it again. Now go back to the billing plans. You see we've got another one now. So this is unlimited end time for £20 over that 5-day period. So that's how you create billing plans. I say billing plans are all to do with how the user is going to be charged for their connectivity. Okay. Now I've done that, let's go through the various ways of on-demand authentication. Remember to go back to the authentication techniques that you saw on the domain setup. You've got pre-generated tickets, you've got on-demand, you've got local radius, remote radius and LDUP. Most people, I'm sure, will be using on-demand. So this is users that turn up and say, I want some access now. So we've gone through the billing plan setup. The next thing we're going to look up is the payment gateways. I'm briefly going to show you what this looks like and then come back to it in a minute. So payment gateway. Now a payment gateway is basically PayPal. So you can actually set this up for PayPal, and I'll show how to do that in a minute. But what it means is that when people actually come to the login thing, they can click on buy ticket now, and that will direct them to PayPal site and they can purchase a ticket. And the PayPal site will interact with the WAS-105, so the WAS-105 will then know about that user and allow them access based upon the billing plans that are pertinent to the PayPal operation. So let's go back to where is it? I've lost it now. On demand. Now the other type of on demand, which is obviously going to be quite popular, is the printers. These are the ticket printers. Now the system will support up to 10 networked ticket printers. So you can scatter the printers around all over the network, and but your WAS can stay at one point. So you can have, I don't know, you might want a ticket printer at reception, another ticket printer at the shop, etc., etc., and they're all operating back to the centralized WAS which is doing the control. Now I just click on here, printer information, and this is where we set up the details for the printer. Now what I'll do is, now I'll just show you how to actually set up the printer side, and then we'll come back to transferring that information over to the WAS